long test review, but it's a good one. Solve for x. Well, we really don't like that 3/2 right there. So I'm going to multiply that by, I'm going to rewrite this so you guys can see what's going on a little bit better. I'm going to write it like this. And I'm going to multiply that by 2/3, so then you can see, and then I got to multiply that by 2/3. This just, these cancel, so it's really just a 1. So that's just x squared minus 3x minus 6 equals, now we got to figure this out. Well, it's the cubic root of 8, which is 2. 2 squared is 4. Now, what if I went 8 squared and got 64? Then I'd have to take the cubic root of 64. Still give me 4. Well, we got a trinomial in the house. X squared minus 3x minus 10 is 0. Hopefully your factoring skills are improving. 2 factors of -10 that add up to -3, -5, and 2. So my answers are 5 or -2. Okay, just to be squeaky clean in this review, when I see this 2, I wonder, do we need to plug these back in? And the answer is you probably should, because remember that 2 represents square root of some number. So we know that we can't have any negatives. So I'm going to move quickly here. But if I put that 5 in there, I know that's 25 minus 15. So I get 25 minus 15 minus 6. Notice this is 25 minus 21, which is a positive number, so we're okay. Now we're going to put the -2 in there. -2 squared is 4. -2 times -3 is 6. Minus 6. So that's a positive number too, so both of these work. Just have to be careful on these. So let's go here, not much room, but I'm going to multiply that by 2/3, and I'm going to multiply that by 2/3. This turns into 1, that's the easy part. 14 minus x equals. Now this right here is the same thing as 3 over 1, that's that 3, times 2 over 3, so these cancel, so I'm left with squared. So x minus 2 squared. Now I got some work to do. Some of you might think, well, take the square root of this side to get rid of that, but then you'd have to take the square root of that side. You're kind of moving backwards. We're just going to FOIL this out and solve. So x minus 2, x minus 2. So I get 14 minus x is x squared, outside, inside, -4x. -2 is 4. So I'm going to get rid of this because I got to set it equal to 0. So subtract 14, add x. I get 0 is x squared minus 3x minus 10. Well, this looks familiar. We just did this one. So our answers are going to be 5 or -2 again. But just really briefly, 14 minus 5 is a positive, that works. 14 minus a -2 is a positive, so that works. So that checks and it checks. All right, grand finale, this is going to move a lot faster. This is saying if f of x is this, g of x is this, identify the rule. Don't be confused. That just means follow the instructions. So that says take f, add it to g. So -x plus 6, that's f, add it to g, and so that would be 4x plus 6. That's the rule. Don't be confused by that word. What's f minus g? Well, f is -x plus 6. Subtract g, so these two make -6x plus 6. That's the rule. Remember the song I played you, Phil Collins, Inside Out. We got to start here. So we got to find f of 2, which means take this rule defined by f and plug x's 2 in. So that'd be -2 plus 6, which is 4. So now this problem, f of 2 equals 4, so we now have a secondary problem to solve, and that's g of 4. which says find g, it's right here, and plug 4 in for x. So it's 5 times 4, which is 20. It's just a set of instructions, and you're just following them. This time, g of negative 1's on the inside, so that's where we need to start. Take that formula, because that's identified by g, plug in negative 1 for x, we get negative 5. Now that's what we replace the inside stuff with. So we find f, it's right here, which identifies this equation. We got to plug a negative x, negative 5 in for x. Notice there's another negative, so negative 5 plus 6. Well, that's just 5 plus 6, which is 11. That'd be your answer. Now, it says for the function f and g, what is, I don't remember the name for that, but that little open circle means the same thing as f of g of x. Again, this is abstract. This is just saying whatever g of x is, so we're not plugging in numbers, we're just finding what is g of x. Well, g of x is 5x. So this turns into f of 5x, which means, this gets weird, we got to find f. F is defined by negative x plus 6. We got to plug that in wherever x shows up, which is right here. So that'd be negative 5x plus 6. A lot of substitution, basically. And that finishes your Unit 5 test review. That's a doozy. See me if you have questions.